Yeah. Roll it up. Turn it up. It's Alabama folk. Jack, Jeff, Trev in the booth. Yeah, you already know. From Tuscaloosa nights to the Saturday lights. Breaking down the tide. Every wrong, every right. Got the insight, fire, and the Bama pride. When the Crimson's on the line, we alone for the ride. Bama voices on the call. We gon' break it all down. Roll it up. From the rumble in the trenches to the kings of the crown. Roll it up. Yeah, the tide runs deep and the show runs strong. Jack, Jeff, Trev, keep it rolling all season long. Every snap, every play, every headline drop. If it's Bama on the field, you know we never stop. Fast take, big stakes, tide talk all day. Alabama by CFB, we don't play. Christian spirit in the air, let the good times flow. Times flow. Roll it up. Only one place to be when you love.
Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 73rd edition of Alabama Crimson Tide Live, all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. From yours truly, Jadson Johnson and Trevion Ware, all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football as we are going over our take on some breaking news that has just happened here at Tuscaloosa. Jeffrey, Only Talk Sports, is going to join us here in a little bit, and let me tell you something, folks. It's going to be a wild ride and a fun ride, a good time for a long time. How you doing today, good buddy?
Doing good. Even doing better after we just got this latest breaking news about Alabama's offensive line vacancy. I'll let you break it down for the people. But yeah, I'm doing way good after that.
Oh, there we go. And it's awesome. But before that, we would like to let you know that Alabama Crimson Tide Live 73 is presented by FanDuel, where you can get some of the best predictions in the world of college football, college basketball, men's and women's. Super Bowl 60 predictions between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Some NBA predictions and much, much more. You're going to have a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll make sure you get nothing but the best predictions in all the sports. Well, good news. Like you said, Trev, we have a new offensive line coach. And I can tell you, it is much needed, because we've got Adrian Klemm from USC, who is an offensive analyst. Yes, he is, Bama Boy 2296. Yes, he is.
Yes, sir. We just got the official news from Matt Zimick of one of the main college reporters in college football that Adrian Klemm has officially joined Alabama as their offensive line coach. This is definitely a big addition for Alabama. His calling card is the run game, blocking in the run game. So this is definitely a great addition just for Alabama today as they move forward into the 2020-26 season after Alabama parted ways with Coach Chris Kapovich on Friday night. As we broke that down, they're moving quickly and they got the new man in charge, so they're ready to go.
Well, and do you remember the old days of SMU when they were like a complete disaster, after the death penalty, from the 80s, and then it took them a long time to rebound, and June Jones left Hawaii for SMU and decided, you know what? I'm going to try my hand at being the SMU head coach. And what he does is make a magical move by hiring Adrian Klemm to be a grad assistant and then promote him up to offensive line coach. And I can tell you, just like looking at this SMU team from those days, Adrian Klemm played a huge part in SMU's turnaround when they were in the Conference USA in those days. And it was really impressive, just kind of like looking at it. That they didn't allow a whole lot of sats. They made sure the running game was looking good, especially when you see that had like 1,943 rushing yards for the 2010 season. And Jim Mora Jr., when he became the new head coach at UCLA, he's like, you know what? I like what this cat's bringing. I'm going to make him my new offensive line coach heading into the 2012 season. And, there's not a whole lot of sats allowed. That sats allowed was not the definition of UCLA. They were always competing for the Pac-12. They were always, just getting in playing against Stanford, dominating USC. And Adrian Klemm played a huge part in making sure that that offensive line was ready to rock and roll. And when Klemm left UCLA, it was not good for 2017, of course, with the exception of that miraculous comeback against Texas A&M. But all that aside, looking at the stats for 2020 when he was at the Steelers, Steelers had the least stats allowed in the NFL. That's all because of Adrian Klemm. Like,
Yeah, man.
That offensive line.
Yeah, man, and I don't think that's by mistake. You talk about a guy that's had success everywhere he's been. Literally, every offensive line unit he's touched, he's been able to produce magic with those offensive line units. You talk about the least amount of sacks he's allowed everywhere he's been. Like I said, with when he was at Oregon in 2022, he led the nation in least sacks allowed, only allowing 5 the entire season. Just think about that, 5 through about 12 or 13 games. Literally, that's probably like a 0.1 sacks per game, almost less than that. So, and then you talk about his time at UCLA and just the least amount of sacks he's allowed, and just then with the Pittsburgh Steelers leading the NFL, leading all 32 teams in the National Football League with just 14 sacks allowed, and the next closest team allowing 7 more. So you just talk about that production right there. His production jumps off the page to me automatically. But then I just look at just what he specializes in. He specializes in inside zone fundamentals, just core strength, literally emphasizing in vertical displacement and getting his linemen to be physical at the point of attack. And I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with those sack numbers being what they were. So that's definitely something that he's going to bring to Alabama football. That's something that's been much needed with Alabama football. And then you just talk about his heavy combos on blocks, being able to get his linemen to double interior pressure, and being able to get them to climb to the second level and look for different types of work, whether that's blocking on a linebacker, blocking on a smaller defender like a safety or a defensive back or something like that. So really, that's really his calling card. So I'm really excited to see him bring that to Alabama. And plus, on top of that, he has some outside zone mechanics. Teaches linemen how to run their feet and widen their front and not chase unreachable blocks. And that was something we saw a lot of Alabama doing this past year and a half, this past 2 years, really all in the Kellen DeBoer tenure. I mean, yes, for what it's worth, Coach Kapovich was able to get a few linemen to the NFL, like a Tyler Booker. He'll take credit as well for Caden Proctor and Parker Brailsford, but those were really outliers. I mean, I feel like a lot of that came off the back of how talented those players were. But now Alabama's getting a teacher in Klemm. Literally, he's a teacher at the position. He specializes in, like I said, just getting players to reach their potential, getting them to run their feet, getting them to get to that second level and create extra running lanes for their quarterbacks and running backs and stuff like that. So that's definitely going to be key. So for Alabama to get Klemm in, that's just the start of the turnaround for their offensive line. And I'm very pleased with this move for sure. Because like I said, he's had production at everywhere he's been, and he has a good tenure at everywhere he's been. You look at he spent at least about 4 seasons at SMU. He spent 5 seasons at UCLA. The 1 year he spent at Oregon literally led the nation in like I said, led the nation in sacks not allowed, and then did the same thing in the NFL on the biggest stage. So, like I said, the production's there, and like I said, he's a teacher. So I'm ready to see him come in and teach these young Alabama offensive line as they move into 2026. We saw them pick up 6 offensive linemen through the transfer portal and then return 11. So I think this is definitely a win for all the offensive linemen they have, and also, just for the quarterbacks, as Alabama usher in a new quarterbacks, whether that's Keelan Russell or Austin Mack. So it's definitely a big day for Alabama football, and it's definitely a big win up front for Alabama as they try to get some of that physicalness back into their back ingratiated into their offense.
Oh, man. And we got Jeffrey on Only Talk Sports just in time to see the breaking news. How you doing today, good buddy?
I'm doing good, Travion and Jackson. Hope you guys are doing well. Definitely seems like Alabama has had some positive development since we have last been discussing the tie. This is pretty good news. I don't have any disagreements or like any like exactly what Travion said. I mean, what you've got laid out here, that's a lot of positive stuff, that he's led, offensive line and a lot of, big programs, and they've had a good track record under him. So I don't think it's a bad move at all. I think it's interesting, that it kind of looked like we were going to keep our old offensive line coach.
Yeah.
We were talking about him like a week ago, like,
Yeah.
he's going to be the guy. And it's like, nope, he's not. We're making this move. And to me, I think that's a good thing. Like you usually, sometimes you don't want to be too quick on firing people, but this is Alabama. DeBoer knows that, he's not like in major jeopardy, but he can't, drag his feet either. Because like you have another year of mediocre O-line play, and we lose 3, 4, 5 games. We're in bad shape. I have question marks about our roster at a lot of positions, but if our offensive line is one of the best in college footballs again, the rest of the team, it will just start to speak for itself again. Like we've had not the best quarterbacks in the world. We've had, at certain positions, not the strongest in the past, but our offensive line and defensive lines have always been so strong. So I think that DeBoer knows that, and I think that is why they have made all these offensive line moves. That's why they made this move. And if it works out, it definitely should be, at least for Mac or Keelan Russell's sake, a much better, cleaner season for the quarterback for Alabama next year, which hopefully would increase our win total, would increase, how just good of a team we are, maybe running the football better. So I'm just glad that they didn't stay stagnant. I was trying to talk myself into, hey, well, if they're going to give the guy another year, our old offensive line coach, hopefully it works out. But I think they made the right decision to move on and get who we just hired. So.
Well, and gentlemen, you talked about how a little while ago just now where it looked like that Alabama was keeping Coach Kaplavit for a moment. But I think, honestly, Coach DeBoer realized there's a time and a place for everything. And I think we're just going to have to make the move after the portal time gets done. And when it gets done, because we're getting our offensive linemen, right? We're getting 6 offensive linemen from the portal. So here's what we're going to have to do. We cannot let Coach Kaplavit be the next offensive line coach. We got to find somebody that knows what they're doing. And Adrian Klemm is that man.
Yeah, and then I just look about how Kalen DeBoer went about it. I mean, it kind of sound bad, but this is just the reality of college football. I mean, he basically had Coach Kapovich kind of recruit all of the offensive linemen and stuff like that because I've been reading some reports that Coach Kapovich it kind of blindsided him. But I mean, at the end of the day, like this is what the fan base was calling for, literally. Like, and plus a lot of people were saying, me included, the room needed a new voice. I mean, you never want to see somebody lose their job, and in the fashion that it happened. It happened Friday night, and me and Jackson broke that down. Literally, Jackson alerted me out of nowhere. So it happened Friday night. But I'm happy to see that Alabama was able to move quickly and target the person that they want, and they were able to get him in get him in the program now, because when I'm looking at just like his track record, literally, I'm seeing that he's big on simplifying reads, covered linemen, and attacking leverage and stuff like that. And that was something that Alabama struggled with last year. They would struggle with getting leverage at the second levels of the defense and stuff like that. And this is pretty much a Klemm's calling card. So I'm really happy to see that they're getting somebody that specializes in those type of things that they lack. Literally, that seems like that's been a method of this offseason. They've been specializing in the trenches, literally, on offense and defense. And now Coach Klemm, he also He also just helps younger or transfers play fast without overthinking and stuff like that. He has a track record of doing so at all levels. Literally, he's been at SMU, he's been at UCLA, he's been at Oregon, he's been at this past season under Lincoln Riley at USC and stuff like that. And just seeing him do it in the NFL, that was really the big check mark for me, because anytime you can lead the NFL in a positive category, that means you're doing something right. And he was able to do that at the college level, and then he was able to do it at the NFL level. So I know it's not a fluke. So I'm definitely thinking that Alabama's getting a teacher in Coach Klemm, and I'm ready to see him work for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And we've got some good days ahead of us, it looks like. I'm excited to see where the offensive line is heading for 2026.
Yeah, and just one more point. It's just it's also refreshing to see them get this out the way before February, because some coaching searches take forever and stuff like that. But with the high school signing day coming up and stuff, they were able to knock this out quickly, and not like they got a quick fix. They got somebody that's proven. Like I said, the proven track record speaks for itself. So being able to get somebody that's proven and it's not like he was sitting on the street either. He was literally at USC last year, so he's coaching a variation of different type of offenses and stuff like that. So I'm ready to see him be able to bring his type of style to Alabama. And I'm seeing the Godfather. We appreciate the Godfather for checking in. They say he has 3 Super Bowl rings. He played with the Patriots. He coached with the Patriots. So you know what comes with being in Foxborough and stuff. Oh, yeah. I believe he has 2. I believe he has 3 with the Patriots for sure.
All 3 are with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I
I have to take my facts in my head, but of course, a lot of that's off the back of Tom Brady, but still the same. He comes from a winning pedigree, and then he coached under Kraft, the owner in New England, and we seeing New England get back to the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So he's been around winners. And like I said, he's been able to be successful everywhere he's been. So I'm not thinking that stops in Tuscaloosa. So I'm really excited about this for sure.
It definitely seems like they had their mind on who they wanted. Because, I mean, when you make a move that fast, I mean, typically you kind of know. I'm not saying for sure that they knew when they fired Kavlovich, but I think that there's a really good chance they did. Because, I mean, you make a move that fast, you have a really good idea.
Yeah, I definitely think Kalen DeBoer has some strategy behind this, because, like I said, you see coaches coaching changes go on for months and stuff like that, but they were able to target him and they were able to get an agreement that quick. So maybe something was going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, of course, but I'm just glad it materialized and it turned out to be a big win for the Crimson Tide today, so they can move forward in 2026. And any offensive linemen that they're currently recruiting, they're able to show them that they've made a change, and they have the change that they made has worked in other places. So I know that's pretty big for these athletes and stuff like that, because you see some athletes kind of shy away from the program just because not having the proper leadership in front at their particular position. But seems like they have the right leadership in Coach Klemm, so I'm just ready to see it for sure.
Oh, for sure, man. And we got a $9.99 super chat from the Godfather SEC saying that it's a great hire, and the 3 trophy emojis. Thank you so much for the super chat contribution. We appreciate it very much. And for those tuning in on Alabama Crimson Tide Live and Alabama The Voice College Football, if you're watching this in a video clip, if you want to put in a super chat, that's awesome. If you can't, no worries. That's why you like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss another video whatsoever. All right here on Alabama The Voice College Football, getting closer to 3,200 subs, as we're now 51 subs away from 3,200. But if you definitely want your comment read, have a good chance of it really getting read, just put it in a super chat. We'll definitely read it. That is a guarantee, and that's a promise. All right. And we appreciate let's give Godfather a round of applause.
Definitely appreciate you, Godfather, for coming in. Definitely appreciate all the engagement that you bring to the show for sure.
Oh man, he's amazing, man.
The Godfather is an OG for a reason. We love Godfather. He's awesome.
Oh man, and before we get to our next topic, gentlemen, Is there anything you're hoping to get for Valentine's Day? Do you know what you're gonna get?
Man, me personally, I don't have no Valentine's Day, but I kind of got an idea of where you hinting for, and it's just not for
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. You know, if you want to stay warm, especially with the weather is how Arctic it is around the country. The Alabama at the Voice of College Football has got you covered. We got the custom made sweatshirts. We got the custom made tees. We got the hats, the coolers. Anything you're looking for, you know, pretty much.
Put a warm drink in the tumbler.
Yep, just to heat you up for sure. We got the tumbler cups. We got the we help me out, man. I'm trying
the Gang Day Bud, the can cooler. We've got it all right here at the Alabama at the Voice College Football. And if there's any other merch ideas you would like to see, email Voice of College Football at gmail.com for merch ideas. Like, say, a Voice of College Football journal for each team, which keeps all your secrets safe. And if you need to vent about somebody in your life, that's what the secrets are there for. The Voice of College Football journals. They keep your secrets safe and sound. All right here. Oh, man. Well, gentlemen, we've got some recruiting updates, don't we? Oh, my God. We've got Elijah Haven, the number 1 QB of 2027, taking a look. And Alabama is definitely hoping to get Monshun Sells as well. We will definitely be going over KJ Green and Elijah Butler in just a little bit. But there's an article from Bama Hammer about discussing the Nets' great QB wide receiver connection. That's from John Mitchell. Let's give a shout out to old Johnny, bringing that magic on there.
Yeah, but it's looking like Alabama is trying to get Elijah Haven and Monshun Sells in a package deal. Those are the 2 top players at their respective positions in the class of 2027. I'll start out with Elijah Haven. This kid is 6'5", 215 pounds. He has the top 4 of Alabama, UGA, Florida, and Auburn. He's the number 1 quarterback in 2027 for a reason. We're going to turn on the film here shortly, but this kid puts up stats. Literally, he's a Louisiana State record holder. He had about 4,714 yards and 73 touchdowns as a junior this past season. So there's a lot of production there. And he already got the NFL size at 6'5", 215 pounds. So, you know, Alabama has a stacked quarterback room, but anytime you can get a talent like this in the room, you can't pass that up. So Alabama is definitely going to try to have Monshun Sells and Elijah Haven in town this weekend. I'll get to Monshun Sells here, but we waiting to see the film of Elijah Haven because the film is amazing. Like I just said, the kid had over 4,000 yards and over 70 touchdowns in a year. I remember I used to play football, man. I ain't never had that much of nothing in all my years combined. So he totaled my whatever, which is not hard, but you know, he was able to total everything up that quickly. So the production's there, and like I said, the NFL size at 6'5", 215 pounds. Anytime you can get a talent like that, Alabama's definitely trying to do that. So they're gonna have him in town this weekend.
Oh, man, and we're going to see a play where he throws a 31-yard touchdown pass against Parkview Baptist. We're going to see that in just a little bit. This was from this season, of course, and we've got the film from Huddle. Here we go. He's watching his man.
See, he got a strong drop back and just able to step up in the pocket and rifle that ball down the field. The arm talent jumps off the film to me immediately, just with that size and just being able to, like I said, just find his target down the field. I'm ready to see, you know, some rushing highlights of him just being that big. Like I said, 215. 6'5". He already got the NFL size. He's the size of Justin Herbert right now. That's Justin Herbert measurables right now. So that's kind of my comparison. I know a lot of people won't see it, but you just saw it right there with the rifle arm he has. So I'm definitely excited about getting him in Tuscaloosa this weekend on the official visit on Junior Day for Alabama. But
yeah, it looked like he put absolutely no effort in that throw.
No effort.
It was just a flick. I mean, when you're doing stuff like that, 40-yard passes, it just barely looks like he's putting any power behind it. That impressive.
And look at just the size. Look how he's able just to turn up the field and just hit his head on the goalpost pretty much and just take it out from 50, 60 yards out. Just being 6'5" and having that size, like I said, that's real impressive to me. I mean, it looked like he's a man amongst boys. Just right there in those first two clips already, you can already see why he's being highly regarded as he is, and being a Louisiana State record holder in the state of Louisiana. So, yeah.
And we've got some highlights of him throwing 535 yards in one game and having 8 total touchdowns. I swear, that's like something you see in a video game.
Yeah, he looked like he come out of he looked like he's building the lab, literally.
Ooh.
You seeing he's putting the balls right on target and stuff like that, throwing it into those type of windows that you like to see a young quarterback do. Definitely impressive from what I've seen of him so far, for sure.
Oh man, he's throwing out some genjutsus is what he's doing. Loving it.
And just look at his size. Like I just said, I just marvel at his size. Look at him versus his other teammates, man. Him and the receiver, they're huge. So,
oh, he's happy. He's happy. There you go. Coaches are happy. There he goes again. Boom. He's just slinging passes.
Yeah, it looks like the ball just jumps out of his hand, like literally. And I mean, I know Alabama has a lot of talented quarterbacks in their room, but like I said, you can get a kid that's that size and that's that productive. You know, he might be able to skip the line. I mean, I know Alabama has obviously the fan favorite Keelan Russell in the waiting. I mean, he's class of 2027, so I mean, Keelan Russell will still have his time to come. But they also have Trent Seaborn and a quarterback like Taden Kwawa. Those are 2 4-star quarterbacks Alabama signed in their 2026 class. But, you know, sometimes when a kid just got it, he just got it. And I think this kid definitely got it just with that size. He's showing the arm, throwing the intermediate passes, throwing the long passes. Seems like every time he steps on the field, it's a big play. And literally, just finding those open men, being able to scan the defense, that's definitely impressive to me already. And just that athleticism that we're seeing on film right now. Just I know he like a Mac 50 truck in open field. I know it's hard to take him down, especially at the high school level.
Oh, here we go. Jeffrey, how you feeling about this young man?
I know these are his highlights, and like everybody, you know, says you can't get too hung up on highlights because these are his best plays. You know, you're not gonna, not every play is going to be great, not every play is going to be amazing, but when you look at these consistent highlights of how he's placing the ball, the passes are perfect. He's got the size. You know, I mean, he's not Cam Newton size, you know, or anything like that big, but he's got the ability to take hits clearly. So he can be utilized in the run game, but that the arm, like the fact that he, like I said earlier, it looks like no effort when he throws the football, and his passes are on point. I think he's definitely going to be great for whoever he plays for one day in college. Hopefully, it's for us. But yeah, he's good.
Yeah, because like Alabama, Auburn, Florida, and Georgia are competing for Elijah Haven at the moment. So we're gonna wait and see what happens for 2027. But we know that he's going to be coming over to Tuscaloosa for Junior Day on Saturday. So that's going to be fun seeing more magic from Elijah Haven.
Yeah, for sure. And I just think about this kid probably about 16 or 17 in these highlights. He going into his senior season, so we already know his body is not done growing. Literally, the male body don't finish growing until like 18, 19, 20, and plus being in those college weight rooms and stuff like that, that's only going to make him better. And it'll just be interesting to see just from an IQ standpoint how quickly he is able to pick up a playbook. But that all the traits that you look for in the quarterback is there. Literally, he's able to take off when he needs to. He's able to step up in the pocket when he needs to. He's able to scan the defense from the clips that we've seen. So if they can definitely get Elijah Haven to commit, that'll be big. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, Alabama does have a stacked quarterback room. They might have a log jam at quarterback because, Alabama don't rebuild. They try to reload. So, if they can get him in, that's cool. But I could definitely understand if he went somewhere else, But hopefully we'll see. But it's good to see that he's coming down for junior day and that he's in Alabama, that he has Alabama in his top 4 schools going into his senior year. So, it'll just be interesting to see how Kalen DeBoer and staff can get him in the fold if that's truly what he wants. But yeah.
Agreed. And next, we've got Monshun Sales, as he is from Lawrence North High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Alabama, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio State, and Notre Dame are the top schools that are looking to get Monshun Sales, but it says there's an 85.3% chance that he goes to Bama, but Indiana is definitely making a run for it because they are looking to get this guy based off the Indiana connection. And once we show you the mid-season highlights of his junior season, you're going to love it. You're really going to love this magic that he's making. And here we go.
Yeah, you talk about a kid that's 6'5", 215 pounds, 205 pounds. He's already NFL size as well, and he has 4.3 speed for what I've seen on film before. I've watched him before several times. He had 37 receptions and 794 yards and 9 touchdowns this past season as a junior, and he every catch he makes, it seems to be a big catch. He had a catch radius average of 21.5 yards per catch. So, with him doing that, that's just a big plus. And plus, he plays a little safety too, being 6'5", having that 205-pound frame. That's definitely impressive to see. Obviously, like you said, he's from Indiana. He just went on his visit with Kurt Cignetti. Seems like college football don't stop rolling around because Kurt Cignetti just came off the national championship, and last week he already had him in the fold on an official visit. But you can see why just on this film. He also has other interests from schools like Bama, obviously Bama, LSU, Texas A&M, Miami, Ohio State, and stuff like that. And we see why. Literally, he's a vertical demon. He's able to catch the ball at the highest point. He's able to stretch the field. He's able to catch the ball in the intermediate game. And just with that size, he's like a basketball player. He knows how to find those leverage points in the defense and use it to his advantage. So if Alabama can definitely get him in the fold, that'd be definitely big because, with Ryan Williams going into his junior year and stuff like that, who knows? I mean, I'm hoping that Ryan Williams has a good enough year to where he can leave for the NFL draft next year. That's what you hope just for the young man. And if that does happen, Monshun Sales can definitely step in playing alongside a kid like Adrian Morgan, playing alongside a kid like Derek Meadows, Rico Scott, Noah Rogers, and Aubrey Walker, and some of the just other wide receivers that they have in the receiver room already. So I would definitely be hoping to get him for sure. Like I said, he can run the intermediate routes. Literally, we just seeing it right there in the yards after the catch. He's a monster in the open field. So I'm definitely hoping that they can get him. I'm hoping that 85% prediction is correct that Rivals made. But yeah, he's highly coveted around the country. So his services are definitely needed in Tuscaloosa, just with the receiver room, with Ryan Williams possibly going to the NFL in 2020-27, as many expect, but we'll see.
Oh, watch that block again. I know it's
and he blocks. That's something. See, literally, and he blocks. Literally, that's something that Alabama is continuing to target in their receiver room. Last year, we saw receivers kind of whiffing on blocks and stuff like that. Obviously, Jeremy Bernard was the best blocking receiver that they had. He was kind of their do-it-all receiver. Isaiah Horton, who's no longer with Alabama, he has a similar size to Isaiah Horton, but he doesn't have. He has more physicality than Isaiah Horton because Isaiah Horton wasn't nearly the blocker that I'm seeing that Monshun Sales can be on film. And like I said, he's able to run all of the route tree. He can run in the slot. He can run in the outside. So I'm definitely seeing why he's the top-rated receiver in the class of 2027, and he's also going to be in town for a visit this weekend with Elijah Haven. So if they can make that a combo deal, that'd be definitely great to see.
Jeffrey, what do you think about Sales?
No, I think Sales is incredible. I've been following his recruitment for a while. I don't follow the recruiting as much as you guys. You guys follow it a lot more, but I have followed his, and even like down to like his activity, you know, talking about like his recruiting Sales. You know, he'll show pictures with like an Indiana towel, and then he'll have like Bama stuff featured. So he's keeping it, you know, all over the place. Even though, I mean, it definitely looks like Alabama's in really good shape for him. Ohio State was in the conversation not too long ago. It seemed very high. Indiana's constantly been there. So everybody wants him. And like you said, the highlights is definitely not surprising to see why. I mean, he's everything you want in a receiver. Big size, good hands, blocks. I don't think blocking gets talked about enough with wide receivers. You know, blocking is so important because some of those great plays that you see downfield, you know, that you see, you know, running backs that catch screen passes and wide receivers catching screen pass, like Ryan Williams. You know, get Ryan Williams just a screen pass, and if our other receivers block, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you got to do. You have to be able to block, and you also need to be able to block in the interior. Sometimes when you're having a run play, receivers can, you know, do that as well, especially at the NFL level. And the NFL really looks for that. So he's definitely he's got all the physical attributes and tools that you want in a receiver already at 16, 17 years old, high school. It's incredible to see for sure. It definitely would be huge for Alabama if they could get him. And he's probably a guy that you would think could get on the field very early.
Yeah.
But again, stiff competition. I don't know how legitimate Indiana's chances are. I do know that they believe they have a chance because they've been recruiting him the entire time. And Cignetti is not let up at all. I think from their perspective, it's incredible they're even in the conversation for him. You know, I know they just won the whole thing, but still, it's like Indiana being in the conversation for the number one receiver, even if you have the Lawrence North connection. It's pretty wild. So I do think those are the two programs to beat is Alabama and Indiana. But if I mean, I'm not usually a predictions guy, but if I had to make a prediction, he's probably going to go to Alabama. I think that we win. But it's going to be interesting to see what he decides. And if we do get him, I think that he will be a great receiver for 2-3 seasons, however long he's in college football. So he definitely he's fun to watch.
Yeah, and lastly, you kind of hinted on that physicality. Well, as you were talking, we saw him even play some special teams gunner, and go down and knock somebody's head off and stuff like that, and just his ability to play safety. So if he comes to Alabama and plays receiver, I'm pretty sure the physicality will be one of his calling cards, and we won't have to worry about him being physical. And I'm hoping that he can kind of rub some of that off on some of the other Alabama receivers and stuff like that. But that's just something like that fires me up to see that. So hopefully we can get him. Obviously he's going to be in town this weekend with Haven, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. It's going to be fun seeing what those two can bring together. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they'll bring. Up next, we've got KJ Green. And, you know, we've got this article from Bama Hammer from a good buddy, John Mitchell, where he is talking about Alabama leading the way for an elite 2027 edge rusher. Sole position for one of the nation's top defensive players for the 2027 class. And as it says, Alabama is number 12 in the recruiting class for 2027. But it should get much higher. KJ Green is a 4-star edge from Stone Mountain, Georgia.
He's already said that Alabama is his number one school of choice. So, you know, anytime a kid come out and say that, you know, you feel pretty good about that. You talk about a kid that's 6'5", 225 pounds, and just him being an edge, I can already imagine him in that bandit role on defense for Alabama, coming off the edge and stuff like that. And that might be a player that you definitely want to lock in with Beyonce Pierre coming on as has come on this past year, and next year is going to be a big year for him because if he doubles the production that he had this past year, he can easily jump to the NFL, especially if he can be the first edge rusher since Will Anderson to get double-digit sacks. I'm talking about Yonze Pierre. If he can do that and he goes to the NFL, you definitely want to lock in a kid like KJ Green for sure.
Oh man, there's no doubt. And you know, Alabama's just really been taking care of business on the recruiting trail in the Peach State, just getting all kinds of guys from there. And let's see some highlights of Mr. Green, shall we?
I already see what I like right there. He's able to bend the corner. He's able to show speed off the edge, and then now we're seeing him able to put his hand in the ground. A lot of young players don't know how to. They got to play standing up, but he's already shown me that he can put his hand in the ground and be a 3 technique rusher or a 4 stance rusher, and then the physicalness just pops off the film. Like I said, being 6'5", 225 pounds, there's not a lot of kids at that level blocking him. You're seeing he got the bull rush, the ghost rush, being able to make the tackle whiff and get the automatic stop in the backfield. So it seems like this kid lives in the backfield for sure.
Oh man, he's putting some scares on the QBs, and we're gonna see what he can do again in just a little bit.
Speed off the edge is very impressive. It's very impressive. That one play, you could just tell he wanted to jump. It was so funny. It was multiple times. He was like leaning. He's wanting to jump, but he stayed on the right side until they snapped. But yeah, he's quick. And I mean, it's all about your hands, and it's about your center of gravity and how quickly you can move laterally. Those type of things are so key. And it seems like he's got all the check marks. Like he already looks like an SEC edge rusher. Obviously high school level, but still, like it's very impressive.
Yeah, and I just look at that first step, how he's able just to get off and just make his move. Like literally, he plays decisively. Anytime you get a young player that doesn't think a lot and just plays fast, that's always a definite plus. So seeing that, like I said, he has a high motor. Obviously, he every play he's looking to hunt. He's looking to hunt off the edge. So if Alabama can definitely get a player like that, like I said, that's key. I mean, because I can just imagine what Kane Warmack can do with that type of rawness that he's already showing at the high school level.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty excited just looking at these highlights, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of already, like I said, I'm already envisioning him in a bandit role in Alabama's defense. Like I said, he's already said he wants to be the number one. He has Alabama as his number one school, and then obviously we just see him playing a little offense right there. So the kid is athletic. He's able to play a little offense, and you see he's wreaking havoc in that backfield, literally.
Ooh, he's mean. Oh, Green
treating those tackles like rag dogs, just throwing them to the side. And you see they chipping to get him some help. They got the tackle and the tight end trying to chip to get him some help, but it don't matter. Literally, he bringing the boom back there, forcing fumbles and stuff like that. I wish I had his high school numbers of just how many sacks he had, but really don't even matter to me. I'm seeing everything I need to see on the film right there, so I'm already excited about just his motor and just how raw he is, and the size, the quick first step, and just the speed off the edge.
Well, and it says he's going to be making his decision on August 8th, 2026. So,
kind of plan that out way far in advance.
well, we're right ahead of it. Like, we'll definitely make sure to do another one of the commitment watch parties.
Usually it's like, okay, I'm announcing in like 3 weeks or a month. That far.
Yeah, but
that's good.
Yeah, but that's good to see a kid already thinking ahead and stuff like that. Obviously probably doing that. That might be a special day for him or something. Who knows? And then like on top of that, pretty sure that's the start before his senior season. So, keeping his options open, but he's obviously already said that Alabama is his number one school of choice. And anytime you can get a kid from the state of Georgia, that's obviously a plus. I'm pretty sure the Georgia Bulldogs were hot on his trail, just with a list of others for sure. But I'm seeing the versatility. You can line him up on the left. You can line him up on the right. He even lined up in the interior in some of these clips. And you're seeing they doubling him, and he's still getting back there. So, like I said, the motor is already popping off the film to me. So I'm just already excited about that alone.
Well, I will say, though, whenever he does decide, because, I mean, he could be changing the dates. He could be changing the times. We don't know yet. You never know. We will be keeping our eye on the ball all right here. We will be keeping our eye on KJ Green. And whenever he does decide, we'll make sure to plan a little recurring watch party with not just us, but a few of the other team channel hosts as well.
Hey Jackson, can you back that up? A couple of clips ago, did you see the quarterback?
No.
What right here? Watch this, man. This guy made the wrong move. He made the wrong decision, man.
Yeah, they had the motion man come, and then the quarterback on the step up, and he's still able to get to his target, man. Seeing stuff like that already, a lot of kids get thrown off by the eye candy with the motion and stuff, but he still got his eyes on the prize, so that's definitely impressive right there alone.
Oh, there we go.
And he's able to shed blocks inside and still he's playing lateral. He's going sideline to sideline, literally. So he's not letting anything get upfield. Everything seems to stay in front of this kid. So it's definitely impressive from what I've seen so far. And I can just, like I said, only imagine Kalen DeBoer and Kane Warmack getting him in Tuscaloosa with his just ability already to put his hand in the ground, because a lot of kids his age don't know how to put their hand in the ground. They only know how to play standing up and stuff like that. So he's able to have that first step, putting his hand in the ground, and then being in the 4-point stance. So like I said, I just imagine him in that Alabama bandit role. It'll be definitely good to see. He has the athleticism to drop back in some coverages as well, as we saw him play offense, but that athleticism can translate to some linebacker as well, so he can rush the passer and play linebacker. That's impressive. He like a wrecking ball back there. Anytime the running back get in his vicinity, the running back not getting around him.
Ooh. He's just grabbing people. He's just getting them.
Yeah, he seemed like the player. If he get his hands on you, you're not getting too far after that. And literally, we're seeing it. I just imagine this kid probably had over 50 tackles, probably 8 forced fumbles. I don't have the numbers right in front of me. That's my fault. But yeah,
sounds accurate though.
Yeah, to literally looking at what he put on film.
Maybe I can find his 2025 stats. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, there's his 2024 stats from 247 for right now, but
yeah, that's cool.
So he's got 19 tackles for losses, 63 tackles, 9 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery for 2024.
Pretty good.
And that was as a sophomore, and we looking at his junior highlights now. So just the kid's getting better each and every year, and now he going into his senior season. Just imagine what he gonna have. So I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for KJ Green myself. I said, there you go, putting his hand in the ground, 4-point stance, fighting off double teams, being able to get back there, all that type of stuff. That's very impressive to see from a young kid.
There we go. You got that right, Godfather. That's what he's doing. He's chewing them up like a chicken nugget.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Note to self, get that quote trademarked. Anyway, more magic.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he's living in the sunlight. There you go.
You got a lot of highlights for a reason.
Yeah, the play, like we keep watching this highlights. We might be on here all night, but the plays obviously stop and start with him. So the kid KJ Green, he got everything you're looking for from a fundamental standpoint, from a motor standpoint, from a size standpoint, athleticism standpoint. So this definitely can be a big get for Alabama. He, too, is also expected to be in town for a junior day this weekend. Hopefully the weather is better for these kids as they come down here. But I'm pretty sure Kalen DeBoer and Kane Warmack are definitely excited to meet with this kid, and I can definitely see why.
Oh, man. There we go. He's making more magic. He's stopping the running backs. He's just telling them, you're not.
And literally, that's something that's needed in Alabama's defense. His ability to stop the run. His ability. And look at him. The play, he was at the quarterback, and he still went and tracked down the receiver. He started out in the backfield, and he was still able to track down the receiver. So that just proves my point about his motor. So, I mean, it ain't really much more I need to see on him. I'm already sold on him, and these just junior highlights. I can just imagine his senior year coming into 2020-26. Seem like these kids are just way more advanced than I was when I was that age, man. I definitely wouldn't want to play against a kid like that. But to have him on Alabama's side, that would definitely be key. So I'm very impressed with what I've seen.
Oh, man. Oh, we're going to see some special teams highlights. There we go.
He plays special teams, man. That's team player. Team player. He just want to hunt. That's all he want to do. He ready to knock somebody's head off. He playing gunner down. Look at him. Playing gunner, and then still going to come down there, make the tackle. And
I want to get his friend that did that mean block. Oh, there we go.
Ain't nobody getting past him, man.
No.
We just watched about 10 minutes of highlights of that kid, so everything is proven. So hopefully Kalen DeBoer and him can he already said Alabama was his number one school of choice. Hopefully, they can lock him in this weekend and get a commitment out of him and move that commitment date up. Obviously, he said August, but if they can get a verbal commitment, verbal commitment just as good right now. He can't sign nothing anyway till next year or till December. So, definitely I'll definitely be having him circled on Saturday for sure.
Oh, man. And also we've got a 6'3" safety from Lanham, Maryland, San Francisco Academy High School. And I could say
same school as Stephon Diggs.
Oh, yeah.
I know some little football, so yeah, same school as Stephon Diggs. I know they pretty much produce good athletes out there. So,
ooh, here we go. We've got some highlights of Mr. Butler, and here we go.
He turned into the receiver right there off the first play off the rip. Turning into the receiver right there, using that size at 6'3", being able to high point the football. That's definitely something you look for in a defensive back. Obviously, he fits from a size standpoint, but you see he's able to take those type of angles, and he's like a center fielder back there in the defense, and he nothing much getting past him. Just with that size and that range, and you see he's able to turn on the jets and take it to the crib. So you get a player like that, that's definitely important. Could be an important piece, and then he plays some special teams as well. He's able to. What is he doing? Let me see. Returning punts right there. Look at him.
Oh, yeah.
Returning punts at that size, boy.
Holy Toledo.
Then he gonna flip into the end zone, so the kid got some swag. Okay, I'm impressed already.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna be happy. He's gonna be happy.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be there. You see, not much get around him, man. He like the quarterback of the defense back there. You can tell he sets the tone of his defense at the high school level on his team. Got great ball skills. Great instinctual ball skills. That's something that I'm already seeing.
Oh, there you go.
And just his ability, just the angles that he's taking. Literally, it's small stuff like that. Because playing defensive back, a lot of kids, they don't know how to take the right angles, and he's obviously taking the proper angles. He's patient in his game. He's coming up and making tackles. Literally, that's definitely something that you want in your safety, in your young safety, and he's able to do that. And there we go. We're seeing it again. taking the right angle, not much getting past him. Every time you come up against him, it's like a car wreck. You see that
right.
he want collisions. That's what they used to say at my high school back in Dallas. Football is a collision sport, so he want collisions. So seeing him be able to make those collisions coming downfield, not playing scared, playing instinctual, that's definitely something that you want in your safety. He's is going to be in town this weekend for Junior Day. So they can get a player like him being 6'3", over 200 pounds already. That's definitely going to be big, especially with Alabama in their final seasons of Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb. And those are Alabama's 2 trademark safeties. And this kid, being with his size and production, he can easily come and step in. Obviously, Alabama got some younger safeties in their room, like a player like an Ivan Taylor, but this kid definitely can step in. Ball skills are all there. Everything you want to see from your safety is all there. So I'm definitely impressed with what I see.
Oh yeah,
and he playing some offense, and you got to put him on offense. 6'3", jump ball. You already know what that's gonna be.
Oh, there you go.
No jump ball. He come back to the ball.
And he kept his feet in bounds.
Yeah, that's definitely what you want to see, literally. So the athleticism is there. And then you got a defensive back playing receiver. Catching the football is not going to be a problem for him. So that's definitely impressive because, a lot of defensive backs, they play defensive back because they can't catch. But the kid already showing that athleticism that you want to see. So very much impressed. Let me see. Oh, okay. Okay, and he was playing a little slot. And he got some nastiness to him. You see him knock him off his tail.
Oh, here we go.
The physicalness, the physicality. He said every time you come by him, it's gonna be a collision. That's definitely what you want. A player that's not afraid to put his hat in there and make a play. A player that's not afraid to come down and make tackles. A player that's not afraid to see the receiver in open field. A lot of defensive backs, they kind of catch the receivers and stuff like that, but he coming to him. He ain't waiting for it. So that's definitely impressive.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
He making them feel the pain. That kid feeling the pain playing against him. So he plays with an attitude. He plays with a motor. He plays relentless. That's definitely something that you want to see in your young defensive back. So.
Oh, 100%. You definitely want a guy like that.
Yeah, and then like I said, this just another clip of him playing receiver, literally. And he able to
every single player that we've looked at is good. All 4 of them have been absolutely amazing. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. If all of them are able to come, if they decide to come to Tuscaloosa, they're going to be great players. Like they're all really good. We've watched about 30 minutes of highlights, and it's just been nothing but impressive the entire time. And I can't even say like which one you want the most. Probably Elijah, just because. But all 4 of these guys are incredible.
Oh man, I'm so torn between all of them, honestly. Man,
and like I just say, obviously defensive backs. A lot of defensive backs play defensive back because they can't catch. But this kid is playing receiver, so he's showing the athleticism. So anytime you can get a defensive back his size that can catch the football and be as physical as he is, come down and make tackles, come down and hit people in open space, that's definitely something that this Alabama defense needs. Like I said, they could next year they're gonna definitely be losing Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb to the NFL. They both returned back for their senior season this past year. So if you can get a player like that in the Alabama defensive back room with Coach Mo Linguist and the safeties coach, that definitely be key. So I'm definitely impressed with all the kids that we've seen. Like Jeffrey said, we watched over 30 minutes of film. But Alabama definitely got some talent coming into town this weekend for Junior Day. All 4 players are expected to be here in Tuscaloosa. So they can get a verbal commitment for any of them. We'll definitely be here to break them down, break down a commitment and stuff like that. And just hoping that, these kids can bring this out to Tuscaloosa for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Might have lost Jackson there.
I'm back. Yeah. Yeah, it's there to mess around with me tonight.
Yeah, Godfather said, "Did I get any ice or snow?" Not much. Not much.
Oh, you did not. I know you in Carolina, right, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I'm in Carolina. I didn't get a lot. It was very minor, so not too bad. Some parts of the state got more, but
yeah, my people back home in Dallas, Texas, Texas don't get a lot of snow, so they acting like it's they Ice Age Part 3 down there. But my parents been out of work for the last couple of days. But here in Alabama, we not getting a lot of snow. It's just kind of cold and stuff like that. But
it's really cold where I'm at too.
Yeah, but definitely hoping for some good weather as these kids come down this weekend. Hopefully that they can get some good weather on their visits and stuff like that. Make the
For
visit
sure, man. But we've got some Super Bowl 60 representatives. And Trevor and I were talking about this earlier before we got the show started, like way before. So Alabama's got 7 Super Bowl representatives, and that's the most. Man, I still can't believe it's Super Bowl 60. I swear Super Bowl 50,
it shows you the dominance, man, of our 2010s.
I swear I feel like Super Bowl 50 feels like 2 years ago. That's how time flies by so fast.
Yeah, but like Jeffrey said, it literally just shows the dominance. A lot of those players being Nick Saban's recruits, players and stuff like that. But once again, Alabama is leading the NFL and Super Bowl representatives. And the next closest school, obviously, LSU was 6, and Ole Miss was 6, and Michigan with 4, Michigan State with 4, USC with 4, Texas with 4, USC and Texas with 4, and it's a battle for the rest being at 3 and stuff like that. But that just shows the dominance of this Alabama football program. Those representatives being on the Seattle Seahawks, obviously, Jalen Milroe, the rookie quarterback, Robbie Oots, the rookie fullback, who's definitely he's played a big role for Seattle. He played some meaningful snaps yesterday in their game, playing fullback, making the transition from tight end to fullback. They have defensive lineman Jared Reed, who's also in the Seattle Seahawks defensive rotation. They have him, and trying to think of the other player. I forgot. Let me see.
Christian Barmore.
Yeah, Christian Barmore, the Patriots.
You mentioned Robbie Oots and Jalen Milroe.
CJ Dupree, former Alabama tight end. He in his rookie season as well. So Alabama has 3 players that were just in Tuscaloosa last year, already in the Super Bowl. They might not be playing, but hey, they are a part of a winning pedigree, and that translates to the NFL, and we're seeing that. And they also have Anthony Jennings as well, who's also in the on the Patriots. And Seattle has Josh Jobe, the former cornerback with Alabama. He's on Seattle. He's playing some special teams and playing some backup cornerback and stuff like that. And so like I said, Alabama leads the NFL in Super Bowl representatives. And just because they're backups, that don't mean nothing. Super Bowl, I've seen backups have to step up in the Super Bowl and make big plays. So the fact that Alabama has 7 players, that's definitely impressive. Like I said, definitely a testament to Nick Saban, definitely a testament to this Alabama football program and the talent that they continue to put out. So definitely want to congratulate all 7 participants that are representing the University of Alabama, and hoping to see a good game on February 8th for sure. Just let me add on to that point a little bit. It very easily could have been even more, because Drake May at a point was committed to Alabama. Obviously, he went to North Carolina, played for the Tar Heels. That's his home and stuff like that. But he was committed to Alabama before Bryce Young. They locked in on Bryce Young and got Bryce Young. So, like I said, it could very easily be more. So that's just a testament to Nick Saban and just the style of football that he implemented at Alabama. And it's showing at the next level. Even after his coaching days, it's still showing.
Well, it makes it tough too as, a fan, because it's like a lot of people say, hey, I'm rooting for this team to win because they got a former this, expert team, whatever. Literally with Alabama, we got tons of guys on both of them, 3 on one, 4 on the other. So it's like we could just be happy for any of them, It's like,
yeah, literally. And plus,
Man.
on top of that, just to mention one more thing about Alabama, I don't want to do too much bragging, but they led the NFL playoffs with most former players on playoff teams this past year for like the third year in a row. So that once again speaks volumes to the history of this program, and hopefully we can get some more in the future. But I'm definitely excited about the 7 that we'll have seeing in Santa Clara and 49er Stadium on February 8th.
On NBC with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth on the call.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun. But also we want to mention that today is also 43 years ago that Bear Bryant has passed away on this day. Like, so it's like, you know, Bear Bryant passed away and Kobe Bryant passed away on this same day. So it's
Crazy.
Kind of sounds like a spooky day to be a sports fan, I'll tell you what. But in all seriousness, though, you know, it's like it's hard to believe time's flying by fast. You know, just kind of like looking back at the accomplishments of where like Bear Bryant took Alabama. And, you know, like when he became the head coach in 1958, you know, he described
obviously none of us was around, but
none of us were around.
yeah, wasn't even thought about. But yeah, my parents weren't even born in. But yeah.
Oh man, and you know, he described it as "mama called," and of course, you know, it was like the 1955 through 57 eras of Alabama football. We didn't even get 3 wins in that era. We basically, like, there was like 1 year where Alabama was winless. Alabama had 1 win, and I think there's like 2 wins in that era. But either way, it was a terrible era. You want to talk about terrible? That was terrible.
We would not be Alabama football without Bear Bryant. You know, everybody
Yeah,
talks about Saban, everybody talks, you know, about DeBoer now, and even, you know, Stallings and stuff. But none of that would have, you know, meant what it does mean without Bear Bryant building up the program the way he did. He was an incredible coach, and we were lucky to have him for 25-ish years.
Man.
Yeah, you just talk about where he started from. Literally, Alabama starting from the ground, only having 3 wins in a decade, to him winning the first national championship at Alabama, and just back then with segregation and stuff like that, implementing first black player at Alabama and stuff like that, and then just also just like I said, the foundation he laid at Alabama. Just there would be no Nick Saban, like Jeffrey said. There would be no Kalen DeBoer. There would be no 18 championships that every college football program is still chasing Alabama. So we definitely appreciate Coach Bryant for the rich history that he laid before my time, before everybody's time on this show. You know, because we probably wouldn't even be doing this show without Bear Bryant. I mean, it's all tied in together, literally. So,
oh man, and you got me thinking about like the 1970 season of Alabama, which that was a down season for the Crimson Tide, but it was good for the long term though, because it was like Alabama. You know, Bear Bryant was deciding, you know what, I'm going to talk with John McKay, because Alabama they're not doing what USC's doing. They're not doing what Nebraska's doing. I'm going to show them what they need to do. I don't want to lose, but I want to win in the long term. And what happens is we see these highlights of 1970 Alabama USC, and USC just cheers them up. Sam Cunningham, a monster. Sam Bam Cunningham. The Bam part was part of his nickname. They just smacked that Alabama defense.
Yeah, you give me a history lesson because I'm like, who is that? But
yeah, I'm just sitting there like, okay, cool.
I know Jackson the historian on this show, so we let him cook right here. He's the historian, everybody. So
yeah. And also, you know, and another thing also about like Bear Bryant was that he was never afraid to adjust, as you guys mentioned. Particularly on point in 1971, it was kind of like, okay, we're going nowhere fast. We're not like where we were from 1961, 1966. So I'm going to go talk to Coach Royal, ask him some advice about a new offense. And there we have the Wishbone offense. First game, Bear Bryant's 58th birthday against USC. Alabama had their little alternate helmets for 1971, wearing the white helmets, and just beat the USC Trojans 17-10.
I do wish Alabama could go back to the white helmets, but
I know, right?
you
I want to see that so bad.
but Alabama is like the Cowboys in a way, or like a historic franchise like the Steelers. They have that standard look, and you kind of don't mess with that. But I would like to see them go back to that. But it is what it is. I mean, Bear Bryant, he's the reason why Alabama has the one stripe on the helmet with the number on the side and stuff like that. So definitely just appreciate Bear Bryant and the impact that he's left. And obviously he's important because we're still talking about him 43 years later in the year of 2026. So definitely
not a lot of coaches you can say that about.
Yeah, not a lot of people you can say that about for sure.
Oh man, like there we go. 323 wins. His whole career dating back to at Maryland, Kentucky, Texas A&M, and Alabama. There's the 232 wins. All Cincinnati's at Alabama. There it is, folks.
72-2 Bryant-Denny Stadium record. Just incredible.
Man, and just kind of like thinking about it, I keep thinking about 1981 where he was getting the wins 314 and 315. Just looking back at those highlights where we see Alabama go to Happy Valley and just demolish Penn State. Just demolish. Al Michaels got to have a great day calling that game. But he's like, oh, I get to call Miracle on Ice to call Bear Bryant's 14th win. Nice. And then, 2 weeks later, we see Bear Bryant getting win number 315 against the Auburn Tigers.
It's always a plus.
Always a plus when you can beat those Auburn Tigers for sure. So we definitely appreciate Bear Bryant, just for even starting that off because, if he didn't start that off, we wouldn't be able to talk. We wouldn't be able to have the seniority, not for lack of a better word, we wouldn't be able to, be over Auburn like we are.
This A would not mean as much.
Man, and I can tell you, man, and this day is kind of like personal to me as well. Just kind of like thinking about it because, like, my grandfather passed away on this day as well. He's like huge Bama man, like pretty much the main reason I got in college football and Alabama athletics in the first place. So it's kind of like, man, it's like, wow, just kind of letting it sink in. Like, man.
Yeah, just to see everything come full circle. Pretty sure, hopefully Alabama can give Bear Bryant something to, be happy about this season and stuff like that. In the third season of Cattle in the Board, that's yet to be seen, but definitely, like I said, want to pay homage to a legend anytime we can on this channel. We definitely appreciate Bear Bryant for all that he's done and the legacy and the impact that he's leaving behind.
Agreed. No doubt about it. But before we sign off for the night, we've got the Alabama VOCFB YouTube membership tiers. As we've got for $2.99 a month, you can become a Crimson Faithful member where you'll have a loyalty badge next to your name in the comments and in the live chat, custom emojis to use the comments in the live chat, and you get member shout outs like our good buddy, the Godfather of the ACC, always getting a shout out from us because he is a YouTube member of this channel all right here. And for $4.99 a month, you can become a Saber Disciple, where you can get priority replies to comments and access to a monthly hangout from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, Jeffrey at Only Talk Sports, and Travion Ware from right here at Alabama, the Voice of College Football, and Bama Hammer at Fansided. And for $9.99 a month, you can become a Bear Bryant legend where you can connect on social media with each of us and give out content requests anytime. And neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor the weird weather of Bama will put a stop to us from fulfilling your content requests. All right here on Alabama, the Voice of College Football. Well, before we sign off for the night, what magic have you gentlemen got cooking up?
All right, I appreciate it. Definitely we'll be going live soon again this week sometime. I'm not sure, maybe next week. I don't know exactly what for. Maybe college basketball, maybe college football, maybe something of that nature. There's a lot of sports news still going on. It's kind of in that weird time right now, like before the Super Bowl, where you've got stuff to talk about, but you don't know what exactly you're talking about.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
earlier today, me and Will and D, we went live
Oh,
and we talked about 15 things in an hour. It was just like bits and pieces of just a bunch of stuff. A little bit of Portal, a little bit of like next season, a little bit of just thinking about this past year, Super Bowl, just a lot of stuff. So definitely, if you want a lot of conversations about random sports stuff going on, definitely check that out on my channel, Only Talk Sports. Would appreciate that. Follow me on X as well, where I'm constantly defending Kurt Signetti with the iconic meme, and also talking some Bama stuff and everything else on X. Trying to keep it sane on that crazy platform every now and then. So definitely appreciate it. Give me a follow. Also, subscribe to Alabama, the voice of college football. We appreciate the support. The support has been incredible. Getting closer to 3,500 subscribers. It is incredible. Couldn't do it without you guys. And definitely excited to keep covering the Crimson Tide with you two, Travion and Jackson. It's always a great time. It's always fun. And just again, when things seem a little down, we're here to cover it. But bright days hopefully are ahead. We got good news with the O-line coach. We've got some great recruits coming on campus. Hopefully we can seal the deal with those guys, and it's gonna be excited to keep talking the Crimson Tide.
there you go. Tell your friends, your family, and the cashier's post about the magic that Jeffrey's creating on Only Talk Sports, where he talks sports every single day, or at least he tries to. And also check him out all right here on Alabama at the Voice of College Football, especially on Thursday nights, where we've got the Alabama call-in show. It's for those that don't know about the call-in show. It's the only Alabama call-in show where it gives that Ren and Stimpy-esque vibe.
It's not a bad thing.
So, it's a good thing. So it's like you'll get a kick out of it. So, oh man. And Travion, what magic are you cooking up this week, good buddy?
Yeah, me, I'm always writing and stuff. I'm always looking for ideas, different storylines and stuff like that. I've actually got a story coming out tomorrow about with the recent success, obviously with Signetti, and now we're seeing it at the NFL level with Coach Mike McDonald, him getting to the Super Bowl in his second season, and with Coach Mike Vrabel of the Patriots getting to the Super Bowl in his second season. I saw J.J. Watt put out a tweet yesterday about success is at a premium now. They programs not having patience with their coaches and stuff like that, and obviously that applies to Kellen DeBoer and Alabama. Alabama fans, as we know, don't have a lot of patience. So trying to piece together a story about that, obviously in a positive light for Alabama and stuff like that. And also I'm looking at the Super Bowl matchup and studying to see who I think going to win. I kind of think I don't want to give a prediction too early, but I think the NFC team is going to win, unfortunately. But doing some stuff like that, and right now we're in the off season of football, so it's kind of dry right now with the transfer portal kind of drying up and stuff like that. So I'm looking at the high school ranks and seeing who Alabama could bring in, and writing some stories about that. And I'm also always on X breaking down football, basketball, funny topics, stuff like that. So you want to check me out, you can check me out at X at TWord1K. My stories at Bama Hammer are in my bio. My links in my bio to all my stories and stuff like that. So that'll be something I'm definitely that'll be something that I'll definitely be doing this week. But yeah.
Oh man.
Not really got a lot going on right now. It's really cold. I'm really focusing on staying warm, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's like I've got a short sleeve. I got 2 long sleeves under this pullover right now. So it's like I'm prepared.
Yeah, man. I got a sweater, and
you got me thinking about the mailman on Hey Arnold, where he's just like, hate the snow. Hate the snow. I hate the rain. My toes are cold. I hate the rain.
That's a good episode.
No, I'm definitely need warmth. I'm definitely a person that enjoys warmth. I do not like the cold.
Hey, you know that I'm pretty. I'm not warm. I'm pretty chilly if I'm got a jacket on. So it's not warm.
Oh man. Ed, of course, you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I've got some upcoming episodes. I've got a feeling I'll be having Mike Debate from Patriots on SI back on for a preview of Super Bowl 60. definitely make sure I can get somebody from Seahawks media on for sure for episodes 97 and 98 of the Jacksonian. And for more updates, what I've got going on the Jacksonian, Alabama at the Voice of College Football, SEC at the Voice of College Football, and what I'll be doing on the Voice of College Football website. Check me out on JatsVOCFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram and threads at JatsonJohnson543-908. And with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so you never miss no video whatsoever. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow night on Alabama Primetime Live at 6 p.m. Central. And Jeffrey and I will definitely be seeing you 9 p.m. Central, bringing out some happy, joy vibes on the college as we take your calls. All right, here. And roll.
Ah.
Good night, everybody.